give a very special thanks to Mattel Creations and Monster High for sending these products to us for free. What's up, doll collectors and gift givers? Here is a My Froggy Stuff buyer's guide. Here's a blast from the past. I'm talking 1988. When a tiny Toya left the movie theater and couldn't wait to say, "BeetleJuice, BeetleJuice, Beetle?" From the creators of Monster High, here are the newest Skullector dolls. BeetleJuice and Lydia. Oh no, I said it 3 times. Priced at $90, this set became available for sale Friday the 13th, August 2021. The box is black, it says BeetleJuice at the top, and there's a picture of BeetleJuice with a tombstone down below. On the side of the box, we can see the faces of both the dolls, and on the other side, it says BeetleJuice. On the back, it says BeetleJuice, then BeetleJuice and Lydia dolls, BeetleJuice, BeetleJuice, Beetle. Come on, ghoul, it's showtime. Say my name 3 times and we'll be compadres, amigos, BFFs. I'll show you the ropes about being a ghost, and you help me get back to the land of the living. What do you say? If only more of the recently deceased were like my goth to bestie Lydia. You gotta love her pitch dark sense of fashion. It's totally to die for. She has some scary good calypso moves too. So stop acting grave and just say it. Together, we're gonna be the best bio-exorcist team this podunk Winter River Village has ever seen. Alrighty then. The front of the box opens up to reveal the dolls. The inside of the box captures some elements from the movie, like the graveyard and the house on the hill. The dolls are displayed in the center with a large piece of plastic on top. On the shelf, while still in the box, this could make a pretty good display. You just leave the sides open and you can see your dolls in the scene. But I want to take them out of the box. Let's carefully open the box and see if we can pull this out. Yes! Very carefully remove the dolls. The doll stands are located in the back. Put the insert back in the box, and it's showtime. Well, almost. While I love the art on the box, I think we could use a little more room. So let's get crafty. Craft time! Looking at the box, it looks like we're gonna need some grass. It doesn't need to be super realistic. We need some tombstones. And look, that one's a Monster High tombstone. Can you see it? It's kind of dark. Some trees and a purplish sky. Okay, we made this graveyard a while back, and I've been wanting to convert it into a hidden doll room. So today seems like the perfect day. We will be borrowing the tombstones and the little skeletons. For this hidden doll room, I'm using foam board. It measures 20 by 30 inches, and I'm using a poster from the craft store that looks like the night sky or outer space. I lay the foam board so it's 20 by 30, then take a ruler, measure 7 inches from the top, draw a line, draw the line going all the way across, cut on the line drawn, so we have a 7 by 30 inch piece and a 13 by 30 inch. On the 13 inch piece, go over 11.5 inches on the sides, score a line, being careful not to cut all the way through, so it bends and snaps while staying connected. Repeat on the other side to make a trifold. Cut 11.5 inches from the 7 inch piece. Now we have our walls and the floor. Cut the poster board to the height of the walls. Before we glue on the poster board, let's glue down the floor. Now my poster board is a little shorter than the back wall, but I want to try something a little different today. This is my sky and I don't want any creases in it. So I'm just going to glue the poster board onto the edges, right here. But I also need to add my grass. So let's do that first before we glue the poster board onto the back wall. I have more of that green fabric that we use for our graveyard. Let's draw a little curve onto the background. Add glue to the line drawn. Then place the blanket right onto the glue. And we're gonna press down so it's good and secure. This fabric is the same on both sides, but if yours is different, you want to make sure you are gluing it so that the good side's on this side. So you want to glue it with the good side facing down, so when we flip it over, we'll have a nice clean edge. And you'll see the side that you want. Allow the glue to dry completely, then flip the fabric over. Take the poster board and we're going to just glue along this side right onto the side of the poster board, probably gluing it down about an inch. On the other side, the poster board doesn't reach to the end, so we're just going to close this wall a little bit to make it meet and glue it down. Creating a little curve on the back, then just lay out the blanket and allow those little ripples to happen to make the room. Since this is a hidden doll room, we do need to make sure everything can still fold up. So let's just bring that over. And the sides should fold in, not making any creases, so our back wall stays nice and smooth and we don't end up with creases in our sky. Yay! Yeah, that will still fit on the shelf. It is a little bulky, but it will be a lot easier to store than our original graveyard. Now we can just bring over our tombstones, which might need a little more support than just folded blankets. Take the leftover 7-inch foam board, cut it into smaller pieces. This is a 7 by 3 inch rectangle, and these are 3 by 3.5 inch rectangles. Glue the smaller pieces underneath to make like a little table that we can place underneath the fabric to make different levels. Then place the tombstones on top of the little levels and they stay. I picked up some Halloween picks at the craft store, glue it onto a scrap of foam, cover the base with more fabric, then we can just set them in the scene. Let's add some fairy lights to the back. If we want to hide the wire, then we can just make little holes and tape the light behind the holes to give our sky a little sparkle. I think we need one more tombstone. Take leftover scraps of cardboard and or foam board, sketch out a rock-like shape, cut it out, stack and glue layers together, add a few pieces that are different sizes, make a base, glue it underneath. I use hot glue to fill in the gaps and add texture. Take small plastic skeletons and glue them on. Sketch out wings on paperboard, cut them out, add details with glue. I use the glue to help hold the little skeletons in place, and I even fill in some of their body. Use the nozzle to add lots of texture. Take the paperboard wings and glue them onto the skeleton. Add foam sticker letters to the front and an arrow. I just cut up a few letters to try to make an arrow. It kind of works. So now it looks like we're pretty much ready to paint this. We added a lot of details with the hot glue, like little ears onto our skeleton, our little wings. I used hot glue to hold their little bodies into place. I even filled in some of the cavities with the hot glue. That took a while. If you do not wish to use hot glue, you could always go with paper mache, and that's how we've done our tombstones in the past, like our little weeping angel here. But I wanted to try something new, and I thought it might save on drying time, but in hindsight, I don't know. I think it was about the same. And we might have a little too much texture with the glue, so we'll have to see how it looks after we paint it. Now let's take a wooden dowel, and I want it to be able to go behind, but I also want to be able to remove it when I want to. So I take a piece of paper, and we're going to roll it around a glue stick, because my glue stick is a tiny bit thicker than my wooden dowel. So we're going to make a paper tube, use glue to secure it, and remove the glue stick. Glue it onto the back. I covered it with glue so it could be nice and sturdy. Now let's paint everything with black acrylic paint. Allow it to dry. We might need a second coat. While waiting, let's take recycled paperboard, draw rectangles and an arrow, stack and glue together layers. I cut a smaller rectangle to go in the center of my larger rectangle and thin strips to glue around the edge. We can paint these or cut out paper the same size. I'm painting the edges of a large stack of rectangles black. I want to plan out some lights, so I take the smaller rectangle and place it onto the red cardstock. Plan out sticker gems or just acrylic gems to go around the edge. Glue several down, but leave a couple of spaces open so we can make holes in it. Glue it onto the paperboard, make the holes a little bigger so we can add LED lights. Use a permanent marker to change the color of the lights and the gems. I don't know if the camera is picking up the color difference, but I can totally see it in person. Sketch BeetleJuice on the cardstock, paint over it. Take the wooden dowel, and we're going to just glue the arrow behind the sign, glue the words onto the front, and we're going to glue that onto the wooden dowel, like that, to make a little something extra to help sell that BeetleJuice vibe. It's totally not perfect, but I think in the background, it'll look nice. Mix a little gray paint and have some red paint on standby. Lightly brush the tombstone to start to bring out some of those elements, just so we can see all the detail and it starts to look like stone rather than glue and cardboard. Paint the letters red to create our BeetleJuice inspired tombstone. And we can take our little sign, place it in the paper tube to complete our background. And now we can start our review. What? Don't look at me like that. I like a good background. So here is BeetleJuice and Lydia. BeetleJuice is taller than Lydia, standing around 11 inches high with shoes on, and Lydia appears to be a little over 10. She comes wearing a large plastic hat. It's black with a braided pattern. There's holes in it for a ribbon, so the hat can be tied onto the doll. Her skin tone is a pale peach. She has large brown eyes with pink and lavender eyeshadow. Her lips are like a mauve color. She has black hair that is kind of layered in the back. She has bangs in the front that are divided into 4 sections, and there is a little bit of product there. It's definitely giving me some wind-blown vibes in the back. The hair is loose, and there's a slight curl to it. She wears a black dress with long sleeves with a dark rainbow foiling. The dress does have a sewn collar and a silver-colored plastic embellishment. The dress fits the upper torso. It has darts on the side, and then it goes out into a skirt. It gathers at the waist, and it's asymmetrical. It's higher in the front and lower in the back. The skirt is partially lined. It's open in the front, but it is lined in the back. It velcros in the back. She wears black stockings and black shoes that have the BeetleJuice banister snake for a heel. That snake was super creepy, and I think they did a good job in capturing its likeness. I love how Monster High adds little details like that. She comes with a camera. It's black with a silver painted lens, and the handbook for the recently deceased. It is brown plastic with a printed image on the front. The book is pretty thick and it does not open. This definitely feels like a Monster High doll that we could have seen on the shelves back in the day. The dress is hemmed, we have no raw edges, and the stockings are always a nice touch. Her eyes are very clean, her lips are nice and smooth. Now let's check out the articulation. She can move at the neck, the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, hip, and knee. One hand has all the fingers together, and the other one is curled. So she can adjust the lens on her camera or hold the book. Now BeetleJuice, the ghost with the most, is up next. This doll has bright green hair. It's crimped and stops at about her waist in the back. This doll has white skin and painted green details around the hairline and on the cheeks. She has a soft purple eye makeup going all the way around the eye, curly eyelashes, a slightly darker purple on the lid, purple eyebrows. If you look closely, you can see individual hairs on the eyebrows. This doll has bright blue eyes, a plum lip color, black and white snake earrings that are removable. Her hair is held back with a headband with a black and white circus tint on top, decorated with little bats. Then there's a little ghost and another large bat on top. She wears a black and white striped suit. It has a little bit of a satin finish to it. The fabric is kind of stiff. The collar looks like it was cut with scallop scissors. Then there are two small lapels in the front. It V's in the front at the bottom, and the edges are tucked under and sewn. The back hangs down a lot lower, and the edges are all cut and singed. They kind of curl a little bit. Then we see 3 layers of tulle, a foil tulle, and then like a lace netting. The jacket is held closed with a large belt around the waist that fastens in the back. This doll wears a plastic collar with a painted black tie. Under the coat, she wears a strapless one piece that velcros in the back and is fitted going down the leg, stopping at the shoes. Cool shoes. Just like Lydia's shoes, BeetleJuice's shoes has heavy movie references. These are the faces that the characters Barbara and Adam make. So this one was Barbara and this one was Adam. And the strapless jumpsuit is a different fabric than the jacket. This doll is fully articulated with movement at the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, and knee. This doll has a pretty good range of motion, just like we would expect to see from a Monster High doll. Both dolls are looking to the side, so we can have fun with that while playing and taking photos of the dolls. Overall, I think these dolls capture the BeetleJuice vibe nicely, with a stylized interpretation of the characters. And now we have 3 Skullector dolls in our collection. So there you have it, the new BeetleJuice-inspired Skullector dolls from the creators of Monster High, recommended for ages 17 and up. Let us know in the comments down below if these dolls are a buy or a pass, because you are the ultimate judge if these dolls are collection worthy. Thank you for joining us while we took a look at what's new from Mattel Creations and made a graveyard in a hidden doll room that's freaky fabulous. Don't you just love talking in Monster High lingo? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff and the Frog Vlog. And we will see you next time. Bye!